I'm here with George Moyer, who's running for city prosecutor. George, can you talk to us about your campaign, what you're running for, and what changes you're bringing to Long Beach?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alicia. So I'm running for city prosecutor because I work as a public defender for LA County right now. I worked there for about 7 years, and I spent about a year going up against the incumbent's office, and I won every trial that I had against them. I thought that a lot of times they took cases to trial that couldn't be proved, and a couple of times cases where defendants were probably innocent of the crimes they were charged with. So I want to refocus that office on advancing public safety and making our community safe for all of us and our families.
So what are the main issues facing Long Beach, and how do you plan to tackle those?
So the main issues facing Long Beach, at least certainly for this race, are public safety and homelessness. In terms of public safety, we just need to take an evidence-based approach. The offenses that this office prosecutes are misdemeanors. They're all petty crimes. Nobody's going to prison for a long time on any of this stuff. They're going to be back in our communities, so we need to use every resource available to put them on the right path. And with homelessness, we need to, first of all, stop criminalizing things that don't endanger anyone else, don't harm anyone else, and focus on the things that matter, and that means getting people into houses. And we also just have to be frank at our government level and just say, you know what, we're not doing enough, and we don't have enough units and places to actually put people.
So what is your plan of action? How are you going to implement these changes?
So for this office, it's interesting. So it's not legislative, so most of the folks who've spoken today are probably writing laws and things like that. But to make the changes that we need to in this office, there are a number of basic reforms that we can just implement right away, like making sure we follow all the rules, that we're handling our duties ethically, that we're evaluating the cases that need to be filed. All of that's kind of in-house. But then there's a whole advocacy side to it where you have to work with partners in nonprofits and governments to line up the type of services that we need for our homeless, mentally ill veterans, groups like that.
And lastly, what makes you the best candidate for this position?
Well, I think I just bring a fresh perspective. We haven't had a public defender in elected office in Long Beach, I think, ever in its history. And my undefeated trial record against the incumbent shows that I know what works and that I can make our community safe.
Awesome. That's all I had. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope that you'll join us. We are going up against a strong incumbent. We are backed by the biggest union in the state of California, SEIU 2015. We're trying to make a city that works for everyday people and not just for the interests that control City Hall right now.